found this at Target. It is so true. On Saturday and Sunday mornings, Mama needs her coffee. So hey guys, I was asked to do a question and answer segment to my channel, and you guys came up with a lot of good questions, so I am here to answer. And I wanted to do it in a little different way than to sit here for a half hour and just me rambling off.
So, let's get started.
Island Girl wanted to know, how did my style evolve? I grew up in a very strict Christian background, so no pants, no short skirts, no sleeveless tops, no low cut, your basic fundamental strict Christian. I mean, we could wear jewelry, stuff like that, but we couldn't cut our hair, we couldn't listen to like worldly music, watch TV, stuff like that. And I pretty much followed that until my early 20s, and then I kind of went my own way, meaning I haven't lost my faith. I just wanted to wear pants. It's horrible, I know. But anyway, so I started, and the long skirts were, I mean ankle length, full, voluminous skirts, even in the wintertime. So I was the only little girl in high school. The 90s were horrible anyway, in fashion-wise, but, I was the only little girl in long skirts and, decent clothing. So I started to delve into shorter skirts, and shorter skirts meaning, of course, they couldn't be above the knee. So I started doing, wearing skirts that came a little, like an inch or two below my knee. And I remember the skirt. It was a black stretchy skirt. And I remember the first time I wore it out, it was like spring, and I was so nervous. I was so self-conscious, like, oh my God, everyone's gonna be looking at me. Hey, when you haven't done something, you're not used to it. So from there, I got used to that. Then all my skirts from then, I was like, what have I been missing all these years? From then, my skirts started. I started buying skirts at that length. And then just slowly but surely, I can't find any of my pictures to show you guys like an evolution, and the actual evolution, because they're all in the storage. They're like, when I moved, I put everything that I need here in storage, and it's like buried like that. But gradually I just started getting into my own in fashion, and I thought, the premise was I had to make up for the years that I had to wear the long skirts all the time. So I don't know, it's not like I even looked at magazines or anything. I wanted clothes to fit me. And that's another thing. I always had clothes that were like 3 sizes too big for me. And that was hard. That was another horrible thing. So when I started buying my own clothes, and I, stepping further and further away from the religious, the rules aspect of my church, I made sure my clothes fit. I was a 0. I shouldn't have been wearing size 6s. So that's pretty much my style evolution. It's just coming from a strict Christian background to where I am today. There's a way to dress modestly, and I would say Sex and the City was big at the time in my 20s, and I used to watch that all the time. I can't stand Sex and the City now, because some of the choices those women made, I'm like, oh my God, you're annoying. But the fashion did get to me. The way carry, actually all of them, the way they put things together. I think I'm a bit of all for Sex and the City. So I think that was a huge part of me. Like, oh, that can go together. Florals and stripes can go together. Oh, look at that can go together. So I would say movies were more my inspiration on how to put things together, and not being afraid of color, because I used to just wear like gray and black and brown. I just stepped out of my comfort zone. That's the only thing I can tell you that worked for me, is stepping out of my comfort zone, trying things. Even when you're in the store, trying things on. It may look horrible on the hanger, and it may not look like it'll work, but try it on. There's no harm in trying things on. So yeah, I hope that answers the question. Island Girl would also like to know, what are my favorite shopping sites in New York? Definitely do Soho. Walk around Soho downtown. All the boutiques down there. The smaller boutiques. They have, of course, the big name brand boutiques too. But Soho is an absolute lovely place to just walk. Where I work, there's a plethora of stores. So Lord & Taylor, Bloomingdale, Saks, Zara, COS, COS. And other stories. Anywhere you can swipe a card is a favorite shopping New York City site for me. But Forever 21, H&M, I love them all. I really do love them all. Fifth Avenue, you want to walk down Fifth Avenue and look at all the, the Louis Vuittons and the Tiffany's and the Coach, MCM, Dior, Chanel, all those places. Those are my favorite shopping sites. What can I say? I'm a shopper, and I like them all. I like I said, even the Sephora's and the Inglot in Times Square. Inglot is a fabulous makeup brand, by the way. Yeah. But everywhere you walk in the city, you will find a store to go in. So when you do come to New York, Island Girl, and whoever is visiting New York for the first time, have yourself some fun. There are places to get into trouble everywhere. And Island Girl would also like to know, what do I do for fun? Well, now that I'm an old fogey and a mother of two, what I like to do for fun is sleep. Sleep. I love to sleep. If I can get a good night's rest, that is the best fun I can have. But yeah, I do love to go out, dinner, go out at night on the town. Me and my husband, we try to do date night once a month, which happened 2 months ago. But I like to go to the movies. I love to travel. One of these days when the kiddies are older, I will resume my travels, because that is what I used to do for fun. Sleeping and shopping. Shopping goes without saying. That's number one, but that goes without saying. What I love to, and YouTube right now is so much fun for me. So Dita from the Style Synonym asked if I've ever lived anywhere outside of New York and New Jersey. No. New York, I was born and raised in New York, and then moved to Jersey. Oh, she also asked, do I like the outdoors, like hiking, snow? I think she said snowboarding. Snow tubing, yes. I can snow tube, but ain't nobody getting up there and snowboarding. Camping, I can't even ice skate anymore. I used to know how to roller skate, but I'm a stick. I'm like a praying mantis on the ice. But yeah, I do like snowboarding. No, snow tubing. Do I like hiking? I do like hiking, as long as it's like a level land. My husband loves hiking. As long as it's not serious. I'll do a little hiking. He loves to kayak, so I could go kayaking with him and things like that. What else do we do? Camping, as long as there's a hotel nearby. Things like that. I'm not really an outdoors type of person. I don't like, you guys know I don't like bugs. I hate bugs. And I can't. I always think there's a serial killer somewhere. I don't need to give anyone any excuse to murder me. Serial killers or bears for that reason. So, Dita would also like to know if she could have my tiger H&M sweater, and here's your answer. Jane Alay would like to know where I was born, grew up, went to college, and what did I study? I was born in New York City Hospital, grew up in Astoria, Astoria, Queens. I lived there until I was in my 20s, and then I moved out to Jersey. I went out of high school, I went to Catherine Gibbs, which is a business school. And then from Catherine Gibbs, I went to Fordham. And in Fordham, I studied English. I was an English major with a creative writing minor. Right. Yes. Because I've been writing a book since I was 15. I have been working on the same book. I have made my own vampires. One day, maybe I will get it published. But I love writing. I used to write little short stories while I was in elementary school. And I used to read them to my class because I was the Sherlock Holmes stories are what inspired me to write. So yes, I am a writer. I am a non-published writer, but I do love my writing. Jodeci Eves wanted to know how I met my husband, so I'm going to show you where we met. So my now husband and I worked at the same office for years, didn't know it. I mean, I saw him once or twice. I didn't really pay attention to anyone. I kind of had blinders on. But one day, I was walking, I decided to take a shortcut. Our office is like a huge, like, square, and you can take a shortcut through this door. And he was ahead of me. And of course, I looked up because I'm usually looking down, watch where I step. Not that there's anything weird on the floors in my office, but anyway, I happened to look up because he was holding the door for me, and it was like the choir of angels saying, "Ah." I saw him, he saw me, and from then on, I kind of looked for him every day. He had to check an office that was across the hall from me one day, and I had my shoes off under my desk, and I quickly put them on, and I'm like, "I'm sorry, your name is," and he was so shy, and he was like, later on, he's like, "I wonder why you asked my name. I thought you were going to report me or something." I was like, you're so dense. But anyway, and then I think it was maybe a week after that, I had gone down to what was then our fax room because I had to pick up something, and my document was ready, and I saw him out of the corner of my eye, and he was holding another door for me. He peeked around the corner to see if I was coming. So there was someone in front of me taking forever, and I saw my document. I was like, well, thank you. So, and then I ran to where he was holding the door for me, and then we started talking. And I thought he looked like Sean Paul, and at the time I had a huge crush on Sean Paul, so I'm standing there, and he's like 6'2", so I'm all looking up at him, and I'm like, "Oh my God, you look like Sean Paul." Such an idiot. And anyway, we started, we exchanged numbers, and yeah, it started from there. He took forever to call me. I had actually called him at one point, and he didn't return. Actually, I think I paged him. This was still in the year of the pager. I paged him. He didn't return my call, and I was like, "Why do they do that? Why do they give you their numbers and they don't call you back? What's the point?" And I ripped up his number into tiny bits and pieces. 2 days later, he called me back saying that he just got the page. To this day, I don't know if he's lying, in which case, we're married now. She asked, when did I meet my husband, and when did we get married? So I met him January 2006. Yep. And we got married August 2012. It was so hot when we got married, and I think I was 3 months pregnant. Yeah, so we had been dating for 6 years, and when I found out I was pregnant with Stella, that's the shotgun sound. So we got married basically at City Hall, and a couple of months later, Stella came, and we've been married ever since. So sometimes it's not the formula that you think you're going to get, but it's the formula that you need for, a happy marriage. And we've got 2 kids. It's 2 kids later. Sometimes we want to kill each other because we're, of course, 2 people living in a little house, a little apartment, We're kind of alike, and we're a lot not alike. He's a Leo, I'm an Aries, so those 2 are not good mixes, but we make it work. Also, what else? He's Antiguan. He's from Antigua, so he has a nice little accent, which is another reason why I was like, "Oh my God, you sound like Sean Paul." Stupid me, Sean Paul is Jamaican, but whatever. Yeah, so that's pretty much me and my husband in a nutshell. Ashley Estes would like to know what I do at my law firm. Naturally Posh 31 also asked the same question. I work in the marketing department at my law firm. I am the coordinator for all the alumni that pass through my firm. So everyone who leaves, I pretty much take care of, getting them set up, keeping track of them. setting up things like our alumni annual dinner, reception, anything that has to do with the alumni, I deal with. And that's over 10,000 people. Latricia Jenkins asks, what field of law do I work in? I am not a lawyer. I was going to go to law school. I was set to take the LSATs. I have worked in law since I was 19. I started off as a secretary. But then, like I said, I was going to take the LSATs, but then changed my mind because Mama likes her time and she likes to leave when she wants to leave and doesn't want to be a slave to her job. So no, I am not a lawyer, but I am in the marketing department of a very prestigious law firm. Alex Cardenas would like to know how I got into my career. Well, after high school, I went to St. Catherine Gibbs. It was some business school. It was reputable at the time. That got me my first real job as a secretary at a law firm downtown. Over the years, I've just switched law firms, got to the law firm I am at today as a secretary, and then went to Fordham for my bachelor's. After my bachelor's, I was able to pretty much get the position the lower end of the position that I am in today. I was, at one point, I thought I was going to go to law school, but that didn't work out because I love my time. I love money, but I love my time more. So from executive assistant, I went to, after getting my bachelor's, to assistant in the marketing department. I assisted the marketing director, and then from there I've moved up to coordinator, and then from there coordinating the alumni for the firm. And then I do bits and pieces of everything else. I mean, I've got my little fingers in the PR department, the events team. So my position, while it is technically for the alumni, I help out with many of the aspects of the marketing department here. Island Girl wanted a tour of my new apartment, and so here we go. I live on the upstairs, so as soon as you open the door, you go up the stairs into the living room. There's my living room, into the dining room back there, and then the kitchen. And then those are my husband's drums that he thinks he can play. Then we walk down the hallway, my daughter's room, which we just did for her birthday. Back there is the laundry room. Nothing really to see. Down the hall is my son's room. And then further down the hall is our room. And there's the back door with the patio, which I don't know why they didn't put one in the living room where everyone could enjoy it. But it is a nice little retreat. And then that's the hallway bathroom. Yeah, it's pretty basic. But it is a upgrade from what we had. We came from 2 bedrooms to 3 bedrooms. So hopefully in about 2 years we will upgrade again to a townhouse or something. Nikki M. wanted to know what 3 pieces of clothing is a good investment, and the limit is $250 for all 3. I think a leather jacket is a must-have, and the faux leather jackets that they have out now are amazing. Here's one from Nordstrom, from Free People. It's on sale. It's fabulous. And you just can't, some of these jackets nowadays, like I said, you cannot tell that they're not leather. If you wanted to go leather, an All Saints jacket is the best leather jacket, in my opinion. I have 2 of them to invest in. These black pants are from Need Supply, T by Alexander Wang. One needs a slim fit black pant, goes with everything. You can dress it up, dress it down, very Audrey Hepburn, especially with the white tee and some flats. You can find these anywhere, really. You can find them at the Gap, you can find them at H&M, Zara. These I just happened to find on sale. And never, don't forget, guys, to check out sale on these sites like T by Alexander Wang. These are $110 and they are gorgeous. I'm thinking of getting these myself. J. Crew has some really nice ones as well, so definitely you have to have a pair of slim black pants in your wardrobe. It's just as versatile as a little black dress, basically. And going with the black pants, like I said, a white tee. A good white tee is nice to have. I wouldn't spend a lot of money on it because those yellow stains are just inevitable and they're annoying. But this one here is from Zara, $17. And you can't go wrong. I love the Zara white tees. They are fabulous quality as long as it's 100% cotton. Even Forever 21, H&M, they really have really nice 100% cotton white tees, and they will carry you through every season. And the good thing is you don't have to worry about the inevitable yellowing. You can just buy them again every season. So under $250. So KJG would like to know, what are your 3 go-to fashion brands that I buy now? And 3 brands you'd wear if money was no option. Well, what I buy now, you guys pretty much know because I show you everything I buy. Zara, H&M, I don't really have a set brand because I shop a lot at, like, say, Lord & Taylor or Saks or Bloomingdale's, and of course you guys know they have all sorts of brands. But Zara lately has really been doing it for me. You guys know I like a lot of J. Crew stuff, although some of their stuff has got a little shady in quality lately. But yeah, I love and other stories for sweaters and things like that. So I have more than 3 brands that I go to. I do H&M a lot. I mean, these are the lower end, if you would pardon the phrase. But hey, if the quality is good, why not? Higher end brands, I don't really have a target. Like, I don't target any specific brand. If I like, what I see, I buy it, I shop a lot on Saks Fifth Avenue, off Saks Fifth. I shop a lot on Gilt.com, Blue Fly. So these places have luxury brands at discount prices because I'm not paying the prices. I love luxury brands, but I'm not paying the price for it. The go-to sites that I'll go to and buy them, like I said, are either Blue Fly, Gilt, Rue La La, or Saks, off Saks Fifth. I don't know why I cannot ever remember the name of that store. Saks off Fifth, Nordstrom Rack, and places like that is where I will go, and go shop if I need something specific. Oh, I'm going to go to the site. I'm going to go to Lord & Taylor for some of their cashmere sweaters and stuff like that. And then she asked, what brands would I buy if money was no option? Well, that changes that changes things a bit. Brochu Walker, they have a beautiful sweaters. They are a lot of money, but they are beautiful. So for sweaters, I would go to Brochu Walker. I love Bottega Veneta. If I had money, their clothes are classic with a twist. Love Bottega Veneta and their clothes. I'm not too fond of the bags, that weaving, but I love their clothes. Of course, Chanel. Only some pieces though. Like, I would love to have a Chanel blazer. And some of their runway dresses are beautiful. Not that I would have any place to. Actually, if I had money like that, I would have places to go. So, some of the Chanel dresses are beautiful. Okay, Dior, that star, their star collection. It's not star. What is it? It's their cosmic collection with the stars and the moon. Oh, I love that collection so much. I would have every piece in that collection. So Dior, that they do have really, they're ready to wear. It's beautiful. Hot Hippie, I like Hot Hippie. That's Haute. Very cool clothes, hip, cool, kind of boho too. So Hot Hippie, La Perla. Some of those. I saw this bra. It was so beautiful. It was in Bloomingdale's. It was on the mannequin. I looked at the price of that bra. First of all, I had me and the salesperson walking around the floor trying to find it. And when we found it, the bra was like $1,300. But it was absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Marquesa, if I had the money, I would have places to go, like I said, and I would wear a Marquesa gown. Gorgeous. Miu Miu, very playful, very fun, kind of like Fendi, but a little more, just a little more out there. So I love Miu Miu's style. And Van Cleef and Arpels. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but their jewelry is fabulous. It's magnifique. Everyone's going up on about Hermes jewelry. Not Hermes. What's the other one in the red? Cartier. But I like Van Cleef and Herpes. Is that French? I know it is. I mean, je ne sais quoi. But yeah, love their jewelry. So I hope that answers your question. If I had money, Mama would be, you know, bankrupt. So yeah. So JSJ and Lynn L would like to know what are my favorite handbags and why. So my number one favorite bag in my collection is, of course, my Chanel boy bag, the iridescent color and the mermaid flap. I think this was 2016 cruise, I believe. But it's goat skin. It's beautiful. It's the new medium, so it's a larger one. And it's just the color, I think it's just amazing. In this light, it looks almost steely, like a gray, like more of a like a gray purple. But in different lights, it changes. In the sunlight, it can be a darker purple. If it's cloudy, it just turns to this kind of grayish purple. I've seen the green hues in it. It is just a beautiful bag. They did amazing with this leather. And of course, the rainbow hardware is gorgeous. It just makes it unique. I figured if I'm going to own a Chanel, this is a Chanel to own. The next one, coming in at a close second, is my Chloe Marcy. Love, love, love this bag. I want it in black. If I could get it in gray too, that would be great. But yeah, I really love this bag. The color, the leather especially, is just really well made. It's roomy. It just falls nice against the body. It's just a great bag to have. So I really do enjoy this bag. And it is a very close second to the Chanel. So those are my two favorite bags in my collection. I mean, I love all my bags, obviously, but if I had to pick, since I had to pick, these two made the cut. JSJ would also like to know, are there any bags you bought that you found you didn't like? And I must say, sorry Chloe Faye, but you are it only because of the color. I love the bag. Well, there are some flaws in it. You can't really stuff it, and you have to watch what you put in it or else it won't close properly. But that's not a huge con for me. But the color, the gray color, for some reason, that looks dirty. Does that look dirty to anyone? To anyone else? And I don't wear it that often because I'm so terrified of getting anything on this gray, and it just looks dirty already. I don't know if that's the nature of suede. I haven't owned any suede bags. Actually, I own one, but it's a dark color, so you can't really, you can't tell. But that just looks dirty to me. I have it up for sale. I don't know if that's dirt or if that's just a suede color. I don't know. I've only worn it like 4 times, so I don't see how it could be dirty. But this is the absolute bane of my existence. A really uninformed purchase. But like I said, it's not the bag. It's just the color and the combo, the color and the suede combo. If I got the bag in all gray, because they do sell this bag in all leather. They do sell it with this flap being leather. Then maybe I would have. I wouldn't have any bag in my collection that I don't like. But this one, I have to say, because of the color and the suede, I'm not really liking. Andre would also like to know, what was my very first Luxe purchase? I think these two are the first that I have in my collection now. These two are the first handbags that I ever owned. I did have another Fendi bag that I sold, but I still think these two come first. This one I bought at Saks. I think this one was $700, and of course that was unheard of at the time. I did have a gift card to help pay for this one, but I think this one was my first real luxury purchase, which opened the door for other luxury purchases. And then this one came second. I think, yeah. So those two are my oldest luxury bags, and I still wear them. I love them. Chateau Chic would like to know, what's your holy grail bag? And you guys know it is the Chanel Classic Flap in the burgundy color and maroon. It's either the burgundy or maroon. I don't know which one, but with the gold hardware. That is an elusive bag, and it is beautiful in lambskin. That is my holy grail bag. One day I will own it. I might be 65, but I will own that bag, and you guys will see me at 65 here on YouTube talking about I got my bag. And what is your next luxury purchase? I hope it's that bag. I would really like that bag. Actually, quite frankly, nothing really has caught my eye in the luxury world. I haven't really had time to go to the stores and look for myself because, everyone is oversaturated on Instagram and these places and YouTube. Everyone's wearing the same thing, and I'm so sick of it. It's like, that's not style. You guys are piling on every label that you can get your hands on. That's not style to me. That's not personal style. If I don't, nothing's really screaming out at me. Nothing is really screaming out at me at the moment, and I hope that stays that way.
So, Chickpea and Kalita 18. I believe you guys asked basically what's my wish list for 2018. You guys know this Chanel maroon flap is on my list. If it comes out this year, I'll cry, but I'll have to get it. But this is on my life wish list. I want this bag so much. It is beautiful in this color. So that is my big one. The next is the Chanel Deville in the gray leather. Oh, and I know I'm a fool for wanting this bag in this light leather, but this dove gray is so beautiful. And I know, what's giving me pause, of course, is color transfer. I would accept the black leather and the navy leather, but this gray leather, again, is elusive. Next is the Chloe Marcy in the large in black. I want this bag. I love this bag. You guys know I have it in the brown color that I don't know if it's nut, but in which case I want this bag in this color, in this size. Love it. So these are what's on my wish list.
Lynn L would like to know, what is your favorite fashion house? I would have to say Coach. I do like Coach. I do like MCM. And that actually ties into a question from Reese Moe, I believe. Her question was, what fashion house is overrated / underrated? And underrated, I would say MCM and Coach. They're very underrated. Just because something doesn't cost, just because a brand doesn't have something that costs $5,000 across the board doesn't mean that they're not a great brand. Coach has fabulous pieces. Their leather is fabulous. It holds up just as good as, your Louis Vuittons or your Chanels or anything like that. And MCM. Oh my goodness, MCM is so under the radar, which I wanted to stay that way so that their prices stay down. And they're just right there on par, actually, with Louis Vuitton. I believe they were, I think they were up and around at the same time. So, Coach and MCM, I'm going to stick with those as my favorite fashion houses. Coach is ready to wear. Some of those pieces are gorgeous. They're gorgeous. Some of their dresses I love. Very floral and whimsical and just, eclectic. I love it. And MCM too. Some of their ready-to-wear pieces I love. I have a couple of their bags, so I love their bags. And I am looking into getting more of their bags because they are worth it and they're underrated. No one has them on the street. They're not oversaturated, and I love it. So, yeah. Kalita 18 would like to know, what are my thoughts on Gucci lately? Too trendy? Yes. Because in 10 years, those bags, the Dionys's bags with the patches and the big lips, okay, don't get me wrong. Let's say that bag was $1,500. Yeah, I would spend $1,500 on one of those bags. Those bags are like $6,000. No. They're not classic bags. And not that I'm a classic person. I like eclectic things, but those are just, they're like some boy band back in the 90s that we don't even hear of today. That's basically what that bag is. Those type of bags. Do I love Gucci? I do love Gucci. I do love a lot of their things. But certain things are just too trendy. Like what I do love is the belt. The Gucci belt, it is trendy. Everyone has it, but it is a classic. It will stand the test of time. Things like that. Even if it's the one with the big lion, or is it a lion or a tiger and it's all encrusted, even that will look fabulous 20 years from now because it'll be vintage. So, but those bags with the patches, just no, Gucci, no. I mean, no. But is it trendy? Is Gucci trendy? It is trending. It is trendy right now, but some of even the trendy pieces, like I said, those mules, everyone has them for a reason. They will stand the test of time. They're mules. I don't know about the ones with the fur. I mean, not only do I live in New York City and I see what goes on the ground with the spittle and the yuck. I mean, it's not even spittle at this point. It's just full out lungies. It's disgusting. But you want your fur dragging through that? I don't know about the ones with the fur. Some of the sneakers are a bit hideous. Y'all know it's hideous. Just because it's Gucci, you want to be wearing them. No, they're hideous, some of them. But some of them are nice. And, some of them, again, will stand the test of time. It just depends on what you choose in the Gucci lineup. But Gucci, I love how they've come back. I love the playfulness. I love the whimsical element. And I like that some of the pieces are fun, and then you can incorporate them into your more corporate outfit, and it's that little pop of fun. So back to Reese Mo's question about what fashion house is overrated / underrated. Overrated, and this is this is tricky for me, because overrated, I think it's Louis Vuitton. I really do. I mean, how many pieces of the brown, the signature collection can you actually have? And I mean, that's just in my opinion. Some people have like 8,000. It's the same bag. I mean, to me, you have 8,000s of the same bag because it's the same print. Does Louis Vuitton last? Yes, it lasts. But again, for me, how many pieces of the same bag am I going to have? So, and some of those bags, some of them are just down, in my opinion. I will go to Louis Vuitton to buy a gift. Like we bought my niece her first Louis Vuitton piece. It's a go-to brand for things like that. However, there are other brands out there. To me, I'm not going to spend money, and even not that I have the money to spend, but I'm not going to buy constant Louis Vuitton pieces. So yeah, I mean, I think it's just overrated for that. And some of the bags are just not. They don't even look. I mean, they're okay, but if I had the money, sometimes I'm watching these luxury blogs, and I'm like, God, if I had that money, that is not the bag I would buy. But of course, right? It's not me. I know. I'm just saying, if I had the money, and if I had a couple of Louis Vuitton bags already, I wouldn't be dropping another $4,000 on another monogram print bag. I would go elsewhere. There's so many other brands out there. This brand for me is a little bit of a back and forth, because yes, it is a bag that will last forever, but then how many bags can you have in the same color and the same print? It's just redundant to me.
Nikki M would like to know, what is the benefit of a Speedy 25 over a 30, since the Speedy 25 is only $20 less, which I had no idea it was that they were so close in price. This Speedy is a 25. I bought it from the Real. It is about 22 years old. And I paid maybe I think I paid like $400 for it. Now, the Speedy 25s now are going for $950, and the Speedy 30s are $970. The Speedy 25 is 25 inches in length, 19 in height, and 15 inches in width. The Speedy 30 is 30 inches in length, 21 inches in height, and 17 inches in width. The pocket inside the Speedy 30 is a tad bigger, and the handles on the 30 are a tad bigger as well, or I should say taller. Now, I do not have the Speedy 30, of course, and when I was actually buying this bag, I was looking on YouTube for this same question, actually, to find out whether I wanted the 20 or the 30. I mean, the 25 or the 30, and Chloe World BN, she has a really good and informative video on the size differences. To me, the 30 does look substantially bigger. Like, you see the size difference in the Speedy 30. They say too that the opening in the Speedy 30, I have makeup lip swipes, but they say the Speedy 30, the opening is much wider than the 25. I don't ever have a problem putting things in. Like, it's easy for me to put a full-size wallet in here. I never had a problem. To me, this bag fits a ton of things for its size, and of course the Speedy 30 will fit much more. And there's my pocket. So for me, I got the Speedy 25. I ended up getting the Speedy 25 because I am on the slimmer side and I'm not that tall. If you are maybe, I would say maybe 150 and over, I would go for the Speedy 30. It will just look better.
more proportionate. If you are tall, like say taller than me, I would say 5'8" and above, 5'7" and above, I would get the Speedy 30. It would just look better. The 25 is adorable. The 25 also keeps its shape. It does not sag. Like, let me see. You see the bottom? The bottom of the bag, as much as I have in here, does not sag. The sides do not droop. However, the 30 does. I've seen it on people, and that's one of the reasons why I actually kind of want the 30, because I do like the droopiness of it. This just keeps its shape. You shake it, and it keeps its shape. You don't see the bottom sagging. So that's one thing to think about. Yeah, so if you're in the market for a Speedy and you don't know what size you want, definitely try, if you can, to go to the store and look at the differences, or just check out that YouTube video that I was talking about. Again, her name is Chloe World BN, and she does size comparisons on body shots and everything like that, and shows you what can fit and how it fits once it's in each bag.
Reese Mo would also like to know, what is your biggest fashion or accessory miss? Like, what did I miss out on? And these Todd loafers I missed out on. They were on Blue Fly and I didn't check in time, and they were sold out in my size and they never came back, and I just think they are the perfect loafer for me. Boo, 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 boo. Crystal Bird would like to know what fragrances I wear, and I basically just have been wearing 3 fragrances for the past good 2 years, and I usually don't buy a bunch of fragrances at once. I get a couple that I really like, and the 3 that I really like right now, this is Marc Jacobs Honey. I love this. It smells so pretty, and how cute is the bottle? Marc Jacobs Daisy, my absolute favorite, and Prada Candy. I'm wearing it today. Island Girl would like to know what my makeup must-haves are. That Naked Heat palette is one. These 2 blending brushes, one from Sigma, the red one is from Smashbox. This Milani Rose Blush, gorgeous in Romantic Rose, love it, especially in the winter. This Real Techniques blush brush, can't live without it. My 2 Holy Grail mascaras, Too Faced and Dior. My e.l.f. eyebrow kit, and my Giorgio Armani. I had to get 2 shades to make it match my shade. The Maybelline Fit Me concealer, and this e.l.f. of course setting spray. Makeup must-haves. Sleepy Charisse would like to know what my skincare routine is, and it is very simple. I use the products from Alba Botanica. I think I found it about 3 years ago. I love this stuff. It's perfect for my skin, along with the Sonicare brush. Basically, a couple of pumps of the pineapple enzyme wash, and wash all the makeup off my face. Then take the Sonicare brush, and then a couple more pumps of the face wash, and then joie my face for a little bit, and then rinse, and then pat dry, and then use the moisturizer. Now this line is so hard to find, which is so annoying. I usually get it from Target. Lately, Target has not had the moisturizer that I really love, which is the Jasmine and Vitamin E, so this time I had to settle for the green tea moisturizer, which is okay. It's a little thinner and more watery in consistency than the Jasmine moisturizer, but it's both. They're both fine. I just really wish they would stock the stuff. It's so annoying. Sometimes I will but you can't find it Alba Botanica. But yeah, this is pretty much my I ran out, and I haven't bought it lately. I don't find that I really need it, but it is a good toner. It doesn't dry out your skin or anything like that. So I may buy it this time around if I find it. But yeah, usually Target has it, CVS has it, Walmart has it when they're supposed, if they're supposed to have it. Those are the places that I buy it, or you can get it on the Alba Botanica. I think I think they have a website where you can purchase the stuff too. So yeah, I hope that answers your question about my skincare routine. Life Plasty would like to know if I am a dab hand in the kitchen and what's my favorite dish. Yes, I love to cook.
hate to clean up, but I do love to cook, and especially I love to bake, actually. Baking is my thing. So as you see here, I am baking some white cupcakes from scratch. Love baking, apple pies, anything to bake. I love to bake. I happened to be baking this Sunday, so I was like, oh, perfect time to film. And so of course the little ones helped put on the frosting. I did cheat and bought the frosting in the tub because I was too lazy to make my own frosting, which actually is not hard at all. It's like really easy to make your own frosting. But yeah, I do love to bake. I do love to cook. I love cooking anything really, but basically I love breakfast. Breakfast is my favorite dish, meal of the day, I should say. So you'll see in a little bit me making homemade waffles. Love doing that too. So I think just adding certain things. This time I didn't, I just did it straight up because it was Super Bowl Sunday. I had a lot to do, so I just took the easy way and did like easy baking. But I do like to cook and I love to bake, so hopefully one day that dream of opening a little cupcake shop will come true. So I hope that answers your question. Andre asked who inspired me to start my YouTube channel, and it was a girl in Boston actually. She was like the first video I ever watched, and I love the way she set it up. She was in Boston at the time, and now I think she lives in New York, but she was in Boston at the time doing her outfit of the days out of her bedroom, and just occasionally showing us what she bought, and I kind of liked it, so I kind of copied her. And she is the one who inspired me to start my YouTube channel. I had previously, before I got pregnant with my first child, I had a blog. It was just something fun to do. So I used to blog, but after I had my daughter, it just got really hard to find the time to, go find locations to blog and to just get either my husband or whoever to take photos of me. Or if I did it by myself with my tripod, it was too hard to bring my daughter at the time. So I think after Tristan was born, actually, is when I found a girl in Boston's channel, and I was like, hey, why not do YouTube? I love, showing outfits of the days and things like that. So let me start my YouTube channel, and that is how I started. Andre also asks, do my friends know about my channel? I don't think so. I think they know about my channel. I don't think they watch. The only person I think that watches is my niece. My sister-in-law watches, Karen. Thanks for the support, girl. And her mother from North Carolina. Hi, Sister Garcia. So y'all know I have to keep it nice and clean. I am clean. Not that I have to keep it nice and clean. I am clean. But yeah, those are the people that I know, that know me, that I know watch my channel on a regular basis. Is my sister-in-law, Karen, and her mom. And I think my niece watches as well. So yeah. So these are just like certain, some of the stuff I used to blog back in the day. My blog was called Baby Budget Blog. I'll put the link below. It's inactive now. I haven't posted on that in a while. But the premise was I am an English major, so I just took Shakespeare quotes, and that was like the title for each of my blog posts. But I had fun doing it. It was something to do. It was a hobby, and it was fun to do. So these are just some photos of what I used to do back in the day. I think that one right there you're looking at was before a hurricane or after a hurricane. And I used to go to a Lowe's that closed down and take my tripod and take my own photos. And people would drive by asking me what I'm doing. It's like, mind your business, my goodness. I just cannot drive by someone and ask them what they're doing. Obviously, I'm taking pictures of myself. I'm weird. Leave me alone. So yeah, it was a fun thing to do, and so I'm glad I found another outlet in YouTube to showcase my style, and a community that also loves to do the same thing. So hope that answers the question, Andre. Naturally Posh 31 also asked, who do I watch on YouTube? My top 5 channels. But to be honest, I don't really have top 5 channels. Like, I wouldn't rate them. Everyone I watch on YouTube, everyone I am subscribed to, I watch. I may be behind in my commenting, but I don't like subscribe to people just because they want me to subscribe. I have to, really like your channel for me to subscribe, and I want to be interactive. I want to talk to you on your channel, comment, and I want to have genuine comments, not like, oh my god, it's so cool. So those that you see here are the people that I'm subscribed to. You see the Style Cinnamon, you see Young, Wild, and Polished, Bipolar Max, Sarah Denise is pretty cool. I mean, she's a Dior girl from head to toe. She's, big Luxe channel. Just basic, I got makeup channels in there, Pandora channels, Game of Thrones channels. The Bargain District is cool. Of course, there's Lady B, Ashley Neal, Double Vanilla, there's Luxtopia. Hey girl. There's Windfire K. Shalina, I love her accent for makeup tutorials. There's Nicole Guerrero. There's Jen G. Of course, I love her jewelry line. So these are the people I genuinely watch on a daily basis. There's Miss Andre and her rollers. Sorry, I got that one, girl. There's Romney Bree, the Luxury Hybrid. All of these people I watch on a daily basis. So yeah, these are my top all channels. All of them I like, all around. So A Girl in Boston. These are the people that I watch.